What's happening, everybody? It's Passive Crypto Mining here, your number one place for all things crypto. Before I kick off this video, I just want to thank each and every single one of you. We've hit 3,000 subscribers on this channel. If you're interested and you're passionate about learning about passive income, particularly through crypto mining or other crypto projects, make sure you click subscribe to this channel. A large proportion of the viewers are actually not subscribed, and like some of my previous videos, you might actually miss some time-sensitive product drops that are happening. Today's video is going to overview a new crypto mining project by the name of Geodnet. And this project comprises of having a space weather station to build a decentralized space weather network. I actually made contact with the founders of this project and paid and ordered for one about 2 weeks ago. And I've got some exclusive images and unboxing videos that I can share in this video that have not been shared anywhere else. So if you're excited to see that, make sure you watch till the end of the video. Right, no more teasing. Let's get straight into the video. So the first place we're going to start is a website. It's called Geodnet. And by their own words, they say that they're on a mission to gather dense, real-time geospatial data from the Earth using a class of roof-mounted space weather stations. And it is these space weather stations that the company is hoping to deploy, to incentivize, to build this network so that they can sell that data, much like existing products that we know at the moment. There is a bit of a use case on why space weather is important, and one of the fun things about crypto is you tend to learn a lot about areas that normally you wouldn't have an interest in. The website also talks about the importance of space weather and why it's important to monitor it. And in fact, it's much like Planet Watch and also with Weather MX, there are so many uses outside of our normal day-to-day use. Different companies and organizations actually would benefit from having real-time and accurate space weather data. Let's move on to the white paper, because I think the white paper is a better place for us to understand the use case for this project. So they refer to themselves as a blockchain for coarse networks. Now, coarse networks are those networks which are referred to as the continuously operating reference stations network. So there already exists some sort of a coarse network at the moment. And so Geodnet is looking to enter that space and also put its argument forward as to why they believe they are going to be benefit by having a blockchain coarse network. So we see here that they talk about the benefits of blockchain, and they reference their organization similar to that of Helium. Here they've got actually some of the characteristics of Helium and how they find their project similar to that. It goes on to overview the state of the coarse networks, as I mentioned today. So they're governmental networks, they are not decentralized, they are quite proprietary, and so there's a high barrier of entry, and that the grade of the networks are quite expensive and in different regions. So they put forward their own proposal, which is a scalable, cost-effective network which utilizes blockchain to be decentralized. And then they also say that at the moment they have 100 global stations that are already deployed around the world. The white paper goes on to talk about space weather stations, which are the GNSS miners, the consumer station, and this is the one that we're going to talk about that is on sale at the moment. And then they also have a professional station as well. They go through something called a proof of accuracy protocol, and where they measure a number of different factors to ensure that the data is accurate, and then you receive a GEOD token in return. The first thing here on the website is the ecosystem, and so they are envisaging an ecosystem where they have mining and staking for vendors, miners, validators, and services. They have the community, and I'll share a link to the Discord because I believe that is part of the community aspect of it. They have applications, and they also have the GeoDAO, which is what they refer to as the replacement of the current existing centralized networks that they have. Moving on from the white paper, we can see on the website that they actually have details of their team. One of the things that I always mention in my videos is I always like to see a LinkedIn link for the people that are part of the project, although you can Google some of these names, and I'll share a little bit more details about this later on. I've been able to get in contact with Mike Horton from the project, who's emailed me back and given me some information about this project. And there is also some correspondence where there was an AMA that took place on the Discord, and I'll share a link to that later on. Now I want to switch over to the AMA session between Mike Horton and the Italian Telegram group, which took place on the 6th of January. This was actually recorded, and so I'll put a link to this in the description, but it was a very detailed conversation between that group and Mike Horton, who, as we mentioned previously, was actually one of the founders of this project. I'm not going to go through the entire project in detail, but one of the questions here was around the tokenomics. I thought I'd share that with you here. The total token is 3.5 billion. The initial supply is 1 billion, and that's in a lock agreement. 1 billion is going to be put aside for staking rewards, and then also 1.5 billion for mining rewards. So a perfect miner in the first year will get 100,000 tokens, and then there'll be a halving each year. Now, we don't have an actual price of what one token is going to be worth, and those 100,000 tokens roughly should be about 8.3 thousand tokens a month, but it gives you an idea of how many actual coins is expected to be returned. We have the roadmap on the website, and so we have the Genesis 100 Global Station testnet, and then the mainnet is expected to go live in June of 2022, where they expect 1,000 nodes to be deployed with location mining and staking to be available. So it's not something that we're expecting to be earning straight away, but it's just something to look forward to in the future. Now we move on to the next point, that is the mining of the token. To do so, we have a separate website for that, and the website is actually referenced here as Hyfix.ai, and it talks about and this references the space where the network and also the miner that is available for that. There is actually a specification document for this miner talking about the different bands in which this miner operates from, and also around how it mines for the token. So installing the mobile CM base, connecting to the Wi-Fi, and then connecting to the Geodnet blockchain. One of the things that we see quite often here is a dual band GNSS and RTK base station. So I did a little bit of research into this, of course. What we know here, first of all, is GNSS is the Global Navigation Satellite Systems Network, and it's a term that describes any satellite constellation that provides positioning, navigation, and timing services on a global or regional basis. So you can imagine that all of the GPS networks that you use actually go through a GNSS system. Now, there are some drawbacks to a GNSS system alone, and that is why there is the introduction of something called an RTK. Now, RTK is described as real-time kinetic positioning, and it's the application of a surveying to correct for common errors in current GNSS systems. In other words, by combining a GNSS system with an RTK system, not only do you have a base station, but you also have something called a rover antenna, and that allows you to get much higher accuracy with regards to your GPS. And so hopefully the system that you deploy in your home will actually be providing a real-time service by utilizing these two technologies. I'm just going to briefly go over to this product, which is available on the Hyfix website. It mentions, first of all, the different technology that is utilized in the product, including LoRa, which is similar to what we see with Helium, and then also the RTK and GNSS networks. Now, the product is available on the website for a cost of $395. I've actually invested in this product. I've done it maybe to take the risk on my shoulders so you don't have to, and I'm hoping that if this product does turn up, and when it does turn up, I'll be able to do a deep, in-depth review for it. Now, the last thing that I'm going to mention is I did reach out to the founders of this project. This was before there was a Discord or a Telegram group, asking him about the project and what more information he had on it. And actually, since then, he's got back to me to say that they are actually in possession of some of the basic miners. They do have some products that are going to be shipping out, although he did not give me a specific time for shipping, so I can't confirm the shipping time with you. The website does say that hosts who have contacted Geodnet in advance may receive shipment priority due to their geographic location. However, they will ship orders as quickly as possible, so there is no actual existing time frame. It does also mention here that if you don't want to pay, that you can be placed on a manual wait list, and then you'll only pay for a station when it's ready to ship. So that way you can actually devolve yourself of risk by simply adding your name onto the wait list, and it won't cost you anything. But I've actually paid for my item a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, so that if I do receive that, you guys will be able to see it. And as mentioned and as promised, I did get hold of some exclusive top secret images that actually haven't been shared yet, and these are of the antenna, as you can see, as they've been received. You've got a picture of the actual antenna there in the middle, and then you've got also a picture of the units that have been received in shipping. So we do know that these products, especially for the testnet, have arrived. We've got some neat packaging here. Actually, we can see the box itself and also the contents and the way in which it's laid out. And finally, we've got the contents of the box itself. We can see here actually from some notes that I got from Mike that the kit has, of course, 1 and 5 inches of thread mounting rod, which you can see here. And you can use other types of rod that are available. It's powered using a USB-C cable and draws very low power. And it also comes with an RF cable, high quality and low loss. Of course, you can actually replace that with a similar high quality, low loss RF cable. One of the comments here was around the increased shipping costs. So if you order one miner, you get the fancy box as shown in the picture. But if you order two miners, you just get a consolidated box with two of the items in there. And also that the antenna actually is usually very expensive, but they've done what they can to get the GNSS antenna at the lowest price possible to be able to onboard this network. I've got a quick unboxing video that I'm going to play, and hopefully when I receive mine, I'll be able to do an in-depth unboxing video as well. I have got a link to the Discord in the description below. If there are any discount codes that I can get from the company or any other information that I can get, I'll be putting it in the description. So just make sure that you keep your eye on the description below. So let me know your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this space weather station network? Is it something that you will be investing in? Is it something that you will be keeping your eye on? Or is it something that you are going to pass? Of course, we don't know which projects are going to take off and which projects are going to be a risk. In this project in particular, I'm going to take a calculated risk. As the payment does take credit card, you can actually pay with your credit card, so you have security in that manner anyway. And also with PayPal, it's up to you what you guys want to do. As I've always mentioned, none of my videos are actually financial advice. They're here just for entertainment and education purposes only. So that's it for this video. I hope you like this new crypto mining opportunity. If this is the type of thing that you're interested in, make sure you click on that subscribe button. I've also got a link in the description to my link tree where you'll have access to all of the different links that I've promoted on my channels, including my socials and early access to projects. Right, I'll see you in the next video.